Hey, what's going on, Summoners? My name is Nathan Ng, and today I'll be walking you guys through this week's weekly news update. There's a ton of different things to cover, especially with esports. Whether it's a look back at past events, item changes, crazy reworks, or even the smallest of changes overall, here at ProGuides we've got you covered. Be sure you subscribe and stay tuned until the end so you don't miss out on any important updates now and in the future. Nonetheless, let's hop right in. Starting us off strong, we finally have more information regarding the world's team skins. After careful planning and discussion, EDG has confirmed their champions of choice. Flandre has decided on giving Graves a skin. He played Graves a ton during the event and overall showed the power that he had in the top lane. It shows quite a bit of uniqueness in how the meta can continue to shift even during Worlds. EDG decided on giving Viego the EDG team skin. While it may seem odd that he picked Viego, the one game that he played it in went very well. He also has a history of playing a ton of Viego during LPL. In his words, he wanted to pick a champion that represents himself. His play during Worlds showed power, aggression, dedication, and versatility. It's no wonder he resonates so well with Viego, even if it was only for one match. Next up, we've got Scout, who said that he was going to be picking Ryze, LeBlanc, Twist of Fate, or Zoe. Having performed extremely well on all of them, it was hard for the fans to predict his choice. However, thanks to his amazing performance on Zoe during the World's Finals, he has finally made his choice with her. It'll be interesting to see how Zoe can use EDG's color palette and style to make a nice skin. Before we dive into the rest of the skins, don't forget to check us out at ProGuides.com, where you can view our great catalog of challenger coaches that can personally create a walkthrough to your dream rank. You got a busy schedule? Well, we've got you covered. Our trained roster of coaches are here 24/7 to really help you reach your goal, whatever that may be. So what are you waiting for? Go check us out and make sure you get the version of the Victoria skin this season. Regardless, let's get back into the video and dive right into the rest of the confirmed skins. Taking us into the bot lane, we got Viper's Decision. Viper had played pretty well during the entire series, but he seems to have fallen in love with one carry's playstyle. With the release of Aphelios, better known as 200 Years, Viper has been playing him a ton. After hours of practice and experience, he pulled it out during Worlds and found immense success. Aphelios' complexity dissuades a lot of players from ever attempting to learn him. Maybe with the stylish new EDG skin, more players will look to pick up Aphelios and master the arts of all 5 guns. Last but certainly not least, we've got Maiko's pick. Maiko has spent quite a bit of Worlds playing engaged supports with quite a few enchanters sprinkled in. After the World's Finals, however, Maiko made it very clear that he's looking to pick up either Lulu or Yuumi. With this in mind, his official pick is to give Lulu an EDG skin. Maiko enjoys enchanters a ton and also performs really well on them. This was one of his pocket picks during the World Finals, so it's not that shocking that he chose her. Regardless, it would have been interesting to see how Yuumi would have been designed. I mean, honestly, maybe a mascot, but I don't really care about that champion anyways, so I'm pretty excited with this Lulu one. Next up, we've got news for our Enchanter players, specifically our Janna mains. Riot is looking to give Janna a mini rework that will shift her power around within her kit. With these changes, Riot is looking to drain some power from her poke out of her W and instead giving her better utility. While her W's damage is suffering a fairly big decrease, it now has longer range, a slightly longer slow, and a bit more movement speed. That being said, its cooldown is no longer at all ranks. On top of this, Riot is adjusting Janna's Q to deal more damage and have more range. As for her E, its cooldown is being slightly reduced as its time before decay is being buffed. However, with these slight buffs, her E will also have its cooldown reduction removed. This means that you'll no longer be able to CC enemies in order to get your shield back faster. Overall, Janna's mini rework has gotten a lot of attention and honestly, quite a few people dislike it. While it does increase your skill ceiling, it also does at a pretty big cost. Riot is looking to give us a little bit more time before releasing it. With that, it's not looking to be released until patch 12.2, so they can go ahead and gather more feedback. It'll be interesting to see how Riot approaches this since they have a specific idea in mind for Janna, yet the entire community seems to have the opposite one. Moving on, we got a question that's been plaguing the League community at the moment. Everybody wants to know, what is up with Maw of MALMORTIUS? I'm sure you all remember it before the item rework. It was a great magic resistant item for bruisers and ADCs alike. Not only did it provide you with a magic shield, but it would also grant you bonus AD and spell vamp whenever the shield was popped. This made it an extremely viable MR option for tons of champions, and it encouraged extended fights. Now, however, the item rework has made it a forgotten item that may as well be removed. It provides mediocre stats compared to the other items, and on top of this, it is made obsolete thanks to items like Shield Bow, Wit's End, Spirit Visage, Silvermere Dawn, and etc. The League community wants to know what Riot intends to do about this item, if anything at all. Ideally, they just suggest it to be used by some kind of class. They could make it have crit for marksmen, lethality for assassins, or even HP for bruisers. Regardless of how they tackle the situation, it needs to have some kind of purpose in the game. This isn't the first item that has been completely decimated by a rework. Rageblade has also run into quite a few issues because of its counter production. It's made to work extremely well with on-hit, yet it scales off of crit. Overall, Maw is one of those items that has quite a few people upset about the item rework. Hopefully, with the start of the new season, Riot can look to make amends and bring back the item that honors Lord MALMORTIUS. Next, we've got a pretty interesting bug that's caught the attention of a few community members. At the moment, if Zillion or GA revives you, the interaction is different depending on your item. If you have Banshees, its shielding effect will be refreshed as if it's not on cooldown. However, if you have Edge of Night, this effect will not carry over. It seems that this also works with Crown of the Shattered Queen. This type of bug is interesting to point out because it helps us notice other interactions that may just slip our mind. One that immediately comes to our head here is the difference between Samira's wind wall and Yasuo's. One wind wall blocks Jhin W, where the other one does not. When asked about it, Riot said that they weren't really sure about which one was the correct interaction. It's these kinds of consistencies that we should search for in the game so we can go ahead and create a smoother experience for all of us. The worst of this is that it could possibly be game-changing. Just imagine that a mage revives with Banshees and gets to attack because an Ezreal Q is mitigated. With that time frame, they can cast one more rotation of spells, which is pretty massive in competitive play. Now, before we continue on with the video, don't think for a second that we have forgotten about everybody's favorite ProGuides tradition. For our question of the day today, we want to dive back into Maul of MALMORTIUS and ask you all, what change did you really dislike during the item rework? Personally, I wish we still had a frozen mallet. It was always great to have because of its extremely high HP and decent AD. Regardless, let us know your answers in the comments down below. Anyway, let's get back into the video and check out some stuff regarding the esports side of League. There has recently been a massive debate regarding women in esports. This all started when ESL announced their $500,000 CSGO circuit for women in 2022. This circuit features a ton of league and events. One of the prominent ones is a new league featuring a $150,000 prize pool per season. This will gather 8 teams from NA and EU. Afterwards, 3 teams from said 8 will move on to finals to face off with 1 team from Asian Pacific and 1 team from South America. Overall, this creates essentially an all-woman Worlds event. On top of this, they'll be featuring a ton of standalone events that invite multiple teams and regions to participate. These teams will be fighting for $100,000 for the prize pool. Finally, ESL is looking to hold cash cups to EC so women can compete twice a month for their share of $4,000. All in all, this massive movement from ESL has opened up doors for women all around the world and looks to catch them up within the esports world. ESL has also been open to wanting to create talent developmental programs so they can go ahead and provide tools to aspiring broadcast talent. With this, they can push candidates towards success by furthering their opportunities and training. The big controversy regarding this leads back to the fact that it's a women's exclusive league, meaning that men will not be able to play. For many, this is a wonderful opportunity for these women to join the world of esports one step at a time. As for others, it brings up the question as to why there isn't a men's only league, but come on, the women kind of need a time to shine, you know what I'm saying? No matter what anybody says, it's really impressive to see such a huge organization take a step like this. It makes us all wonder if others will follow suit. Moving past the circuit news, we've got the C9 roster update that featured a dramatic reveal tweet. Within the tweet thread, we see a cloaked individual slowly removing their clothes that are hiding their identity. With this final tweet, we see that the new head coach for Cloud9 is none other than LS. LS has held his spot as one of the better coaches within the esports community. With this announcement, it'll be interesting to see how he interacts with the players and if he can lead his newfound team to victory. Finally, we really want to cover the LCK awards. Quite a bit has happened, but most importantly, LSB Kroko won Rookie of the Year in the LCK. He said that with this, he's gonna have a lot of responsibility for the younger players, and with his newfound responsibility, Kroko is looking to become one of the veterans that can create an idol to look up to in the same way that he looked up to Peanut. Next up, we got T1 Keria, who is excited to be working with Benji. Keria has always admired Benji and is hoping to learn a lot from him. It seems that many of these players have their own idols and never become satisfied with their growth. Before we continue on with the video, if you want to join an amazing community of people like you that loves lists, talk pieces, and other things like this, check out our Discord using the link found in the description. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Join up! Nonetheless, let's head back into the video and take a look at one final important topic. To end the video on a bit of a better note, Riot Games announced on Monday that they will be settling a 2018 gender-based discrimination class action lawsuit. Riot is looking to pay $100 million, with $80 million going to the members of the lawsuit and $20 million going for legal fees. On top of this, Riot has also agreed to reform their workplace policy in order to reduce the chances of this type of discrimination and abuse from occurring again. Within this new policy, it is also stated that they will require a presence of women or member of an underrepresented community on employment selection panels. Overall, this is a huge step in the right direction for righting Riot's wrongdoings in the past. Maybe Blizzard could take note. Anyway, let's hope that it paints a brighter future ahead. And that sums up our video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to join our ProGuides family at ProGuides.com. We offer exclusive giveaways and classes that you won't be able to catch anywhere else, so stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys back in the next video, but until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.